merged company. We can look into that later. So Konica Minolta company website. So it's a high-tech manufacturing, and I want to pay you attention into this environmentally sound products. Environmentally sound products, they are in the website. And what it says, yeah. So this is for today, cleaner production. You know, this knowledge, sometimes these wordings are very important, and try to internalize this environmentally sound products. And also there are environmentally friendly products. Okay. So let me take a snapshot of this. So this website under sustainability, you can see the environmentally sound products. Sound products means, yeah, underneath some information or some definition is there what environmentally sound product means. Sometimes we use the word sound. Example, like we mentioned, that sounds good, sounds bad. Right? So we use this word sound. So here sounds environmentally better, something like. So sounds environmental product. Okay, so environmentally sound product. So what it says is reducing environmental impact throughout product life cycle, from manufacturer and use to disposal. So here reducing is a key word. What reducing? Environmental impact. The other key word. Throughout product life cycle, from manufacture and use to disposal. So product life cycle means from manufacture and use and to disposal. That is a product life cycle. So reducing environmental impacts, but generally this high-tech industries like what Konica Minolta is doing, it is unavoidable to eliminate the risks for the environmental pollution, because they are using chemicals and some higher amounts of energy and all. So the emissions are there, especially in gas forms, emissions. So they have to control, they have to treat the emissions, so they have to destroy the toxins in the emissions. So that's why, so those are very challenging processes. And so many electronic components, microelectronics, and some chemicals are involved there. So eliminating environmental impact is not a possibility, but reducing environmental impact is what the manufacturers are striving for. So day by day, they have to reduce the environmental impact. So that's point. Even not only this high tech, but even something like refrigerator manufacturers, car makers, printing industries, and the metal industries, all there are emissions. Yeah. And those emissions are, of course, any emission is not environmental friendly at all. Emissions are not friendly for the environment. So, but reducing the environmental impact is very important. So, there's an effort, and this effort is measurable. So, once the process in producing these products, if there is an effort of reducing environmental impact, okay, throughout product life cycle from manufacturing until disposal, so reducing environmental impact, we call it environmentally sound. It won't say that environmentally friendly, but that is environmentally sound product. Yeah. So this is very nice wordings. You may see these wordings later. So let me go through this. So what this Conica minota is said, later you can get the records of this. See, Conica minota manufactures products under its design for environmental approach. Design for environment approach. So they do the product design for environment. So that is the approach. But it won't say 100% environmental friendly, but environmental sound, taking into account various environmental aspects, okay, including global warming prevention. That is very tough to do anyway. They take into account those, product recycling, and hazardous emissions elimination. Elimination in the sense they won't let these emissions go out from the industry to the environment. Okay? Somehow they recover it, and probably after recovering, if cannot be reused, at least they should destroy that. Destroying in the sense they can burn, or they can decompose, or they can break the molecules of those hazardous compounds to make it hazardous free. Okay, so like that. So even this company says they assess the environmental impact at each stage in a product. Product's life cycle from raw material, part procurement, okay. Raw material and part procurement means purchasing, okay. So they buy the raw material and parts to manufacture, and then from manufacture to transportation, sales, use, reuse, recycling, and disposal. Some keywords are there. So you can connect this to your sense of imaginations. You have to buy the raw material, you have to procure the raw material, you have to buy the parts and components to manufacture. Once you manufacture, you dispatch it to the sales outlet for sales, and people buy it and they are using it after use, even reusing, recycling, and disposal. So that is the life cycle. Yeah. So they have to evaluate this. So that's why they mentioned that we have established assessment criteria that enables us to take appropriate measures from a comprehensive viewpoint. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough. Here, and the product life cycle assessment is here. Okay. Enlarge this a bit. Yeah. So, life cycle assessment. Yeah. Don't memorize this, but if you have a little bit fingertips grabbing of these concepts, should be good. Okay. So let me start this from procurement. Procurement means this industry buy or purchase raw material and parts. Okay, that is what the procurement side is doing. Okay, and the other one is the development, the product and the process developments. There are R&D departments, development departments, the technology departments, they do the development. And another department, they do the production. Okay, so design for environment, of course, procurement play a role, and then development department play a role. They produce it, and then They transport the finished goods to the outlets and the people buy it and use. After use, some products, reuse and recycling is possible. So reuse and recycling means return. Very sorry, today the signals are not very strong. It's not stable. Yeah. So again, procurement, supplying the materials and development side, the design for environment together with procurement support. Then the productions, they do produce the finished goods and somehow they transport to the warehouses and from the warehouses to the outlets, transport and merchandising, and users, the consumers buy it. After usage, they can probably pass this to the company itself, company back, for reusing and recycling, probably the parts and the material. Even that's what the Japanese are doing. All the Japanese cars in the world finally maybe they scrap it and bring back to Japan for reusing of the metal and even the plastic pieces. Yeah. So the reusing and recycling is there in the industries. That's why Japanese cars are cheap, but still they can sell at those prices because they have that eco-friendly and environmentally sound manufacturing. And some products, maybe after usage, they have to send for the waste disposal. So even in the production, there can be waste disposal as well, but this is the product life cycle. So each and every stage you can imagine in produce, in procurement, recycled material they can use. Even here, some steel makers, they use recycled steels. Yeah. Reducing material volume and number of parts and raw material. Yeah, it's mentioned the safety, of course, important health and safety for the environment and for the ecosystems for the humans. So product development. So here, this is very important. Yeah, design for environment. Yeah, and then in the production, of course, here in this phase. Yeah. So that is what the Konica Minolta identified. Energy conservation and raw material conservation, reducing byproducts and waste to the minimum. That's why even they have some waste of production. So then after packaging, uh, confirming transportation standards, of course, very important for the electronic goods. And even their packaging should be in a way that uh, minimum packaging and also possible to recycle the packaging material. Yeah. And also they do the reducing product size and weight, that's also important. And finally usage, it's like this. So reusing parts, ease of reuse and recycling. So that is designed for environment again. Right? Yeah. So this is here the informations also they are in the product proper product labeling, proper instruction manuals, conserving energy and resources, product safety, and long product life. Long life is better because otherwise you have to buy one again and you have to scrap or you have to waste the product after a shorter usage of time if that is not for long product life. So long product life also important, but nowadays the issue is technology become updated so fast, even the solar panels and also the longer product life still can be used, but the technology may be obsolete. in shorter period of time. So product life cycle assessment. So this can be different from organization to organization, but this is the product life cycle somehow. So that is good. I hope you can grasp this. I need to put into our formal slide this. We try product life cycle. Interesting. I'm building the note for you as well. So good. Yeah. So yeah. Environmentally sound products. This is what I mentioned. But environmentally friendly products are different. Okay. Environmentally friendly products are different. That's a different terminology. Yeah. So let me explain what environmentally friendly means. Okay. Environmentally friendly products are the products that do not harm the environment, whether in their production, use, or disposal. So, environmentally friendly products are, how to say, uh, maybe not that common. Okay, should be quite rare, but some products can be defined as environmentally friendly. Some products, if you Google, let's say Google is for you the environmentally friendly products. Let's see we can find something. Let's see we can find something. Anyway, Eco-friendly products example here. So these are not totally eco-friendly, but eco means environmental. Biodegradable, disposable waste bag, reusable sandwich wraps, recycled plastic wraps. Okay. So ballpoint pens made from recycled water bottles. Okay. Recycled paper, and there can be something like this, but it is very difficult to say eco-friendly products. That that much, but there can be more environmentally friendly products, like example, uh, compared to the using of, let's say, clay pots. Okay, clay pots compared with this stainless steel pans in maybe kitchen, the home cooking. So stainless steel pans and the clay pot. So I believe clay pot is more environmentally friendly because clay pot, even it's broken, it is earth matter. Okay, it is common earth matter. It goes to the earth with in a very easy way. It goes back to the earth matter. But stainless steel pan, so your usage of life may be longer, but may not be good for health as well. But after that, this can be a scrap. After corrosion and whatever, this can be a scrap, and you have to recycle it. Okay, if not, it get corroded, and finally, of course, it also go back to earth matter, but you cannot recover it. Maybe, yeah, recovery and recycling should be there, but the clay pot can go back easily to the natural earth. Yeah, so that is the some comparison. So the clay pot is an environmentally friendly product. Of when producing both, clay pot consumes lesser energy, and to produce the stainless steel or the steel pans for cooking, it consumes more energy. Yeah, so energy-wise, and the clay pot, the resources are common and locally available. But for the stainless steel and the steel products, you may need to import either the finished good or the raw material, and you have to do it here. So even economically, the clay pot is better. Clay pot would be better. But anyway, in the commercialization, you can see the stainless steel, that is the trend. But now you can see even the metal, not the metal, but the clay pots are coming in good shapes now for the market. Yeah. So environmentally friendly products. So let me share with you some pictures. Yeah, I can see they are almost very good. Uh, Let me browse clay pot. Let's see, slow cookers, generally made of clay pot. Images, clay pots, inside. Yeah, you can see nice clay pot designs. Now those are coming for even five-star buffets and all. You can see the clay pot. The low tech, the not to say that high tech, but those are there. Even sometimes these clay pots are being used with modern technologies as well. Clay pot cookers, clay pot rice cookers, let's say, clay pot. I hope you can see this clay pot. Slow cooker. You may see some bitter. Yeah, you can see very nice products. So the blend of the modern technologies with the traditional good technologies. Multi cookers, Vita clay. So you can see that's how even now this Chinese product. These are the trend really. Even though we are using this rubbish like low standard rice cookers, in wealthy societies now they are using clay pot back. But why not we are using clay pots? Because why they are going back to clay pots? Because more eco-friendly, more healthy. So that's why. So this is some of the examples, the blend of this. Even the eco-friendly, there could be refrigerators also, the household, the clay pot, gas cookers maybe. Let's say gas cookers. I don't know. Those are not clay pot anyway. Yeah, those are not. Yeah. But you can see somehow the blend of the traditions, the ancient practices with the modern technology is a possibility. It is a very nice environmental friendly product. So nice. It's a good finding. Okay. So that's why now you can even innovate. You can identify because now you have some knowledge of uh, recognizing a sustainable business. You have some knowledge, and you have a knowledge of how a proper business startup should be made by considering the sustainability, the eco-friendliness, the social friendliness, and also the environmental friendly products and the services. So now you can really explore this. Yeah, no matter it's a real manufacturing product or even a service product. Yeah, good. So let me move forward. This is a product life cycle assessment. Hold on to that for a while. Yeah, I'm back. So that's about the environmental friendly products and environmental sound product. So even when we, as a responsible consumers, also very important as a responsible manufacturers. So the today's subject is consumption and production both. So we should review and evaluate the products when we buy. That is really important. Yeah, as responsible consumers, and also responsible consumers will be. Yeah, the noise is there. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, responsible consumers normally they do produce responsible products. They can design responsible products. even when we were in the industry. So some product improvements, let's say if we minimize the scrap, it's considered a product innovation when you minimize the scrap even. Yeah. So we are improving the product's environmental friendly aspects. Yeah. Improving, reducing the scraps, reducing the raw material, but your performance may be improving better. Yeah. So that's why. So depends on your product designs, no matter it's manufacturing or a service. Yeah. So you can think about this. So the product life cycle is very important. So similarly, even for some services, you can consider the same product life cycle even for let's say even for a restaurant. Yeah. So you are serving daily, but still you can consider there some life cycles of the products can be considered even in the high-end restaurants, like let's say in the restaurant chains, example like KFC, Pizza Hut, and these so-called McDonald's, the fast food restaurants. They are running those as some manufacturing plants. They have standard products. Yeah, products, and they have standard processes. They are buying the same standard raw material, and their processes are well defined. Yeah. So those are really manufacturing facilities. Pizza Hut is a manufacturing plant. McDonald's is a manufacturing plant. Yeah. KFC is a manufacturing plant. They buy raw material, they process it. It's very standard process, and they do the packaging or serving whatever. Yeah, you can see the nature of the manufacturing aspects there to the fullest. Yeah. That's why even a kitchen, professional kitchens, like even in the Sri Lankan Airlines, they have the catering. So those are really manufacturing aspects. So they brought the manufacturing aspects because then those becomes quite standard. Yeah, quite standard. That is good really. So you can learn from those even if you can run a restaurant. Yeah, you can think how to make it better. Yeah, that is very important. Your business model, the appearance, maybe there are differences, and there may be a better service, better products at low cost, at low cost. Yeah, and with the less resources and the less energy you can run the businesses. Very important. So one of the goals of following this is to identify a good business for you to proceed after it. Okay, yeah, good. Let me move further down. So here today, even you will see some familiar slides. That is fine. So this is your industry, your business, your process, your enterprise. You imagine. So you have inputs. Now you have some common, uh, how to say, familiarity of this. Inputs are there. There can be so many other inputs as well. Yeah, inputs. And then the enterprise outputs, byproducts, wastes. These are generally, so this is very quite common sense. You no need to memorize this, but you can have a very good fingertips knowledge on this. And there can be different inputs. Example, I have heard that there is one Japanese manufacturer produce the products. Those are something like the shampoos, soaps, even cosmetics. Maybe the brand name is Shokabutsu. Shokabutsu. So if I let's look into the Shopaboots. So let's say, let me try to go to the website. Shopaboots. Alright, this one. Let's say. So I'm going to share with you some different inputs. Shopaboots. Yes, save what I mentioned. So here we have so many brands, but this is the Shokabutsu products. This is a very famous company somehow. Okay, so famous because one thing is even they have the Malaysian facilities. The Watsons they are selling Shokabutsu. So Watson is a bigger the consumable this cosmetic chain. So you can see that, yeah, it's a very world-class product. Yeah, very world-class product. So I want to see the Shokabutsu management. There are some peculiar culture system. Yeah, Shokabutsu. See, even the worldwide science, yeah. See how the management of organizational, cultural, and human systems and yeah. Shokabutsu has a very special culture system. People are studying this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so very important to look into this as well because the culture is also a kind of ambience there in the process. Culture, yeah. So the culture system. Shokabutsu. You can see a lot of text here. Yeah. You can see a lot of text here about the culture system. So I'm going back to the same. Yeah. So you can see the culture system. It may be in the procurements, in the raw materials. This culture system has influences. You know, for the business process, there should be influences and outputs. Of course, yes, because this Shokabutsu company has great ethics. Even if I'm not mistaken, when they start their daily operations, daily productions, when they start, the first thing they do is they do something like how to say, not starting practicing a religion or anything, but they have something like recalling some good cultural practices, recalling maybe 5-10 minutes. It's a mental exercise they are doing for them to make them ethically and mentally strong. The Shokubutsu is doing that. So that's why there can be inputs. Those are even can be intangible. And that is what matters. So don't think everything is physical. Yeah. Don't think everything is physical. All about mind games, that's true, but there are so many spiritual, uh, then the mental aspects associated and involved with the business processes, manufacturing processes, and don't forget that. Yeah. So I am not going to put that here as a note. Even let's see. Even let me put it here. Culture system I put as Shokubutsu because you can explore this not only for the management students but also for the others also. This is very important because mind activities are leading all the things. So the culture system is here. Don't think I'm going to make you spiritual or anything, but anyway, these are also part of sciences, culture system. Yeah. So whenever you are going to start the first thing, even you may be thinking of a business right now. The first thing is to prepare your mindset. Okay? To prepare your mindset. That is the first thing. Second thing is also prepare your mindset. Third thing, also prepare your mindset. And the rest follows. That is very important. Yeah. So you should have a very noble, very pure, smart, okay, and a very good mindset when you are about to embark into businesses. Yeah. Not about calculations or dreaming about the profits and the wealth you are gaining, but to do a very nice contribution, a very smart contribution for the people, so they will take care of you. In return, you will get money. And of course, you will be billionaires and millionaires, you will be rich. But your mindsets, the culture start from the leaders itself. Leaders bring the cultures. That's why leadership also extremely important. So even in this sustainable consumption and production, the leaderships matters. The right leadership with good cultures, those are really matter. But you can see in our organizations, mostly in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an Asian country. True. We have a very good culture in the past. We can see a great heritage, but when it comes to organizations, the cultures are really disgusting. Cultures are really disgusting in the sense. Sometimes people are not doing their job. Yeah, that is one thing. Sometimes people are looting government and all the resources. Some are even get the commissions. Some are really corrupted. Yeah, that's why. Some are really looting the government resources. They're really abusing. And some have the personal interest of doing their jobs in the organization. They are not doing it for the sole purpose for the organization and for the country. So they have different personal games and plans. So you can see this in all the Sri Lankan organizations almost. But there are good people, but they are almost sidelined. Yeah. And the others are really playing games and the double, triple games. So that is what is happening in the top administrations, all the government sectors, but not maybe the private sectors. Even the politicians, the ministers, all are doing the same very bad things. So they provide a very bad culture for the country. So, but I believe the leaders should adapt the very good cultures. Yeah. Of course, you have bylaws and all for the organizations, but nobody follows. From top to bottom, all are doing not the right things. Even some are drinking inside the workplace, take alcohol even. Some are sleeping, some are reading newspapers. Some they do the gossiping and all. Eh? Some they do the different things. Yeah, that's why. So Sri Lanka, to to make this economically and all the aspects, the Sri Lanka become very weak because of this culture. Yeah, even sometimes ethnic issues are in the organizations, religious issues are in the organizations, language issues are in the organization, and they are not really improving. So that is the issue. But anyway, that is the previous generation. But when it comes to you, you should appreciate the good cultures and all, and try to do the changes. Try to be the part of these change makers. So you have to be that the future, the change makers for the good, and the culture is very important. Yeah. So that is very good. So even when we work in overseas, our office spaces, when people come to clean, normally we usually clean ourselves. We just help the cleaners. Yeah. Even example, sweeping or mopping. So when the cleaner comes, we take the mop and we do the mopping of our cubicle. Even the adjacent one, if it's a very close friend of mine, I clean that cubicle as well. They also do the same. Those are good cultures, but in Sri Lanka, I don't know, things are really, there are no any good examples for people to see as good cultures in Sri Lankan organizations. Yeah. And no point talking so long about this, but study the good culture systems and try to learn this, and you practice this and try to make the game changers for the organizations when you go into the organizations as working professionals or on your own business. So learn about the cultures. Very good. So that's why. So the basically this is inputs. You have seen the outputs and all, but don't forget the importance of the cultures. Culture is the ambience, like oxygen. Yeah, like oxygen. Yeah. Culture is very important. A very good culture is extremely important. Yeah. So that's why the cleaner production is attitudes are part of that. And culture, attitudes are part of culture as well. Good. So the this one I think you are familiar with this slide. So other than the business process, industrial process, the human and environment within the industries, within the organizations, and even outside that. The human and environment also part of that. So you have to have a good sense of this. Not to say you should know everything in and out, but you will experience this when you go to the industry. You will experience. Even we have experienced those. Yeah. Design for environment approach. Yeah. Today mostly about cleaner production, and I got this from the same website. Yeah. The Konica Minolta, because those are the same. Yeah, because it's the same approach, taking into account various environmental aspects, products including global warming prevention, product recycling, hazardous emissions, and all. So that is very important. Design for environment. Assess and minimize the environmental impact at this stage in the product life cycle. You know, life cycle starting from inputs to the industry output as the product, and then usage and after use as well. Usage and after use. So that's why here you can see the product life cycle. Yesterday you have seen this just as a glance. So you can see the design phase, product design, and here you consider all the material aspects, design for environment, the energy aspects, wastage, scraps, all are being considered here. Manufacturing process, all. Then comes the raw material, and then the material processing for production. And you do production. So after production, components and products, of course, you manufacture it and send for the customers and for the consumers. Okay, to use this, yeah. So use and also to service, use and service, yeah. Consumers, yeah. And after end of the life or the usage, you can reuse it after repairing and reuse. You do this, you have experience. So sometimes within the warranties, you repair it. If it reaches the end of life, means if it's not functioning, even after 10 years, still you can repair. Even the washing machines, refrigerators, all, you repair and reuse mostly. You have experiences. So further down, even you can refurbish. Yeah, refurbish means no more even your corrosions and also you do the paintings and all. So partly manufacturing something like you refurbish it. You remove the corrosions and you paint it and even replace the parts and all and make it something like not to say a new but is usable. See, again that is at the component level. Okay, and further down, so it is no more in use for the same purpose. The material and all, now you can recycle the components, the materials and all. Recycling, upcycling means you can use it, and downcycling means you can send it for different purpose, maybe other waste products, other waste or byproducts is the downcycle. Upcycle, you can reuse it, you can recycle it. So that is good. So here you have a good sense of product life cycle. Have a good sense of product life cycle. So starting from design, production, then the usage, and the managing after use. Okay, managing after use. So you can see the recycling here, reuse here. So finally, there may be some wastes as well. Good. So this is a master slide, and this will help you. This will help you. So always think this by connecting to your interest of businesses. Try to connect this starting now. That is very important. No matter you may be doing a cake or bread making, or you may be doing a cement blocks, a simple industry, whatever. Yeah. So think about this. Yeah, think about this. That is very important. So this knowledge helps you. This knowledge really helps you. And this knowledge brings you a lot of ideas to you as opportunities, as window of opportunities. Window of opportunity means once you reach the window means you see all the opportunities. Yeah, window of opportunities. Yeah. So this is the too many words here, but the key word is you can see the product. Okay, product. So you know from where the product's coming. That's right. So product means, of course, we used to use only, but people manufacture products as well. So here you should think as you have the involvement in the industries. Yeah. So that is related to clean production. Or even you can be a user of the products. Then it is consumption. So sustainable consumption related to products, sustainable production also related to products. So integrated means the something like total is considering all. It is integrated. The product policy is there. So five. This is something like guidelines. You can see. First thing about the measures aimed at reducing and managing waste. So when you produce it, reducing and managing wastes, generated by the consumption of products. Okay, reducing and managing the waste generated by the consumption of products. Let's say example, even when you use a washing machine, you are consuming that, you are using it. See the waste? Yeah. So reducing and managing the waste, the water, the detergents and all. Yeah. So aims at reducing, even now there should be detergent plus washing machine should be there. Even future there may be waterless washing machines. We may not know. You can explore how to make the detergentless washing machines. Yeah. Yeah. Or use the recycle the water there. So there can be possibilities to minimize the waste and or managing. Yeah. The second one is measures targeted. So measures means in singular we call the pilia, some actions or some remedies. Yeah. Targeted at the innovation of more environmental friendly products. Means you are designed for manufacturing the more environmental friendly products. Mean that do not harm the environment, whether in their production, use or disposal. Yeah. So you have to innovate more environmental friendly products. So first measure is when you are using a product. Yeah. If there are waste, how to minimize the waste, how to reduce the waste, how to manage the waste. Further, upper level is to innovate eco-friendly products. The production, use, and disposal all are eco-friendly. Yeah. Example, the biodegradable products and all. Okay. The third one, yeah, measures to create markets for environmentally sound products. Okay, which means you are promoting the environmentally sound products in the market. So you should buy environmentally sound products, and especially in the European countries. So they are very keen on this, even in our Japan, Korea also maybe, even Taiwan. So they are very keen on environmentally sound products. Yeah. So they pay extra because paying extra for them may be a little bit losing from the profit, but it's a kind of support for the cleaner and greener environment. Yeah, that's why. So environmentally friendly products, not only this, even food items or even vegetables, organic vegetables. Yeah, compared to the vegetables with a lot of chemicals and pesticides, you will see the difference. Yeah. So chemical-free vegetables, your yield is very less. Aswan Haryadu. Yeah. Your crop may not be that good looking because the chemicals makes the crop good looking. And your yield is less, the product is not good looking, but still to make the business model break even, you have to go for a high price. So consumers should understand that and support that. Yeah. So those are very important, not only the wages. So there should be a lot environmentally sound products. Yeah. So, and measures, now the first one, if I go through again. First, you already bought that. Now you are managing the waste. Second one, yeah, you are thinking of innovative environmental friendly products. maybe for you to produce and also for you to purchase. Yeah. And third one is create markets. Yeah, means it's popularizing environmentally sound products. So your efforts make the products popularizing. So you can see this approach. And then sharing informations. Yeah, measures for transmitting information up and down the product chain. Yeah, up and down the product chain measures for transmitting information. So maybe this is from the product chain, can be from the raw material till the end of the usage. Yeah. So transmitting information. Yeah. For the betterment of the eco-friendliness. Yeah. Also measures. The fifth one will allocate responsibility for managing the environmental burdens of product system. Even some products, after end of use, manufacturer has to buy that, has to take that back. You cannot leave it at the user side. User end. You have to buy that. So there are commitments, especially even the Chinese products when goes to Europe. Sometimes they are China products are flooded in Europe side, but now no more because there is a responsibility for the manufacturers to take back the products after use. Yeah. So that's why. So they have the responsibility. So those are really have some legal aspects as well. So the manufacturer, the dealer become responsible. But in Sri Lanka, no such thing. Yeah, in Sri Lanka, no such thing. So at our levels, item one we can manage the waste. Item two, we can think of innovative eco-friendly products to buy and produce. Item three, even you can recommend the good products, environmental friendly products. Yeah. Create markets. Yeah. And even sharing information is possible. Yeah. But the buying back or the taking back the used ones, the dealers, the importers' responsibility. Still, those are not in effect in Sri Lanka. Yeah. So this is the integrated product policy. So you can, when you see this, you feel how strategically they are managing this with the objective of improving the eco-friendliness of product, improving the eco-friendliness of the product. Yeah. Except one, all the items, all the four items are promoting, all the four items are promoting environmentally sound and environmentally friendly products. Yeah. So those are strategically arranged the product policies. The integrated means it's from the future, the coming products, and already in the market, and also already in the use. So all are covered with this five. Yes. So you know this very well. The second one. So these are the key slides really. These are the key slides I'm sharing today. Yeah, important slides. So the integrated product policies and industrial development. The same thing. Economy, environment, and social. So when you develop industries with sustainable development aspects or the concepts for sustainable development, so you have to think of all the three, not only the economy, not only the environmental, and also not only the social aspects. So you have to consider all the three. I have shared this slide even in the previous session. Yeah. So it's the same thing. You can see the inputs, process, output. Yeah. So here for the outputs, the product and waste. Product, here the packaging is considered. Yeah. And packaging, product and packaging leftovers after usage, the product, and also the packaging after unwrap the product. Yeah, so this waste has to be managed. So the technology, raw material, and energy as inputs. And suppliers are they are supplying because people are all there are parties to support the industries, and suppliers are one of such. Yeah. The resources, technology, equipment, raw materials, and all. So they are supplying. So the eco-friendliness should be assured in all the aspects. Okay. So later, let me discuss this some more. Yeah. In the production process, 3R, reduce, reuse, recycle. Environmentally conscious human resources. That is very important. That's why this knowledge is important. And also, beyond the knowledge, you have the standard operating procedures, standing operating practices. There should be, yeah, to tangibly or to actually minimizing the wastes and all. So the efficient and effective factory layouts, that is very important, factory layouts. And the equipment modifications, yes, efficiency improvements and all. Sometimes sometimes need modification to match the design for environment, uh, like product development approaches. You have to improve you have to modify the machines and all. The technology, raw material, and energy as inputs should be eco-friendly, efficient, and effective. Renewable means it is something like, example, energy. If our resources are not petroleum, because petroleum is non-renewable. If it's solar or biomass, we consider it's renewable. Yeah. So water can be renewable, but yeah, you have to consider water as a very important resources. Yeah. And supply, eco-friendly exercise, very important. And supply, so they have to be responsible. Example, if the supply has a nearby source and a source in a far distance, they should buy from nearby because the transportation and all consumes energy, and also there may be emissions because of the transportation. So they should go for the nearby source. Of course, should be qualitative, yeah, and no matter the little higher prices. So they should make decisions on how to make their supply, the raw material, energy, and the equipment. Yeah, how to make those eco-friendly, more efficient, better technological equipments. Those also very important. And eco-friendly products. Yeah. So you go through this. You go through this. You can think better than this. Yeah, green production. Okay. We call this green production. So this knowledge is very important for you. So you have some quite good general, very sound knowledge base when you are going for the interviews and when you are really on your own business, so in on your industries. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's a master slide. So I put it here because it's really matching with this industry concept, life cycle. So production process here, production process here. Consumers here at the end, yeah, you have to think of the consumers. Okay. Design for manufacturing and production, the supplies will come into play. So all are connected. Yeah. So this is considered a master slide. Very